summer, another one hot, another one shot, another block flooded with people holding these signs to be equal while evil prevail. And even we fail, no need to we yell. We need a few bills, we need a few hills to put a few houses on them. We need a few empowered, don't we? And now is our only time, and time don't exist through the measure lies. I told you major lies, look, and you believe them, praising Jesus and who he saved. Land of the free, still home of the slave. Yeah, it's kids believing in Christmas. Religion can kiss this. It's all for division. Esoteric law for the living. Hell, esoteric law is religion. They sat and looked the stars for beginnings. They sat and looked the stars for beginnings. They sat and looked the stars and we were in them. And now we singing from the hymnal. Fuck it. Amen. This is our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. This is our fault. This is our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. This is our fault. This is our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. This is our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Yeah. Who gon' move if you don't move 'em? Bullets for the shooting, knuckles for the punching, and niggas get the looting. They say fuck it to the voting, but how could you dispute them? Years from all the choking, it's abusive. They liberated Jews for us as deuces, loosen up your nooses, tied around your neck, expensive suits, is seducing laws. They never found no smoke on the walls, or mummies in the tomb, babies in the womb. Listen, man, we gotta do better. If I write it, it's the truth to the ninth letter. If I light it in the booth, I just write better. Amen, amen. I just got better. Doesn't matter how it happened. Religion or rapping, healing or by action. It's the same me. I'm the captain. It's all right, man. It's the same me. I'm the captain. This is our fault. This is our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. Don't be mad. It's our fault. This is our fault. This is our fault.
Peace.
Don't be mad. It's our fault.
Peace. Great rising, great rising. Hey, it's Tipsy Tuesday, y'all. Great rising. Peace to the kings, peace to the queens, peace to the children of the earth. Great rising, y'all. I am Seven The Alchemist, and you are watching Magic Up TV. Today is Tipsy Tuesday. Tipsy Tuesday. Tips and Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? Tips and Tuesdays, man. How we doing out there, y'all? Peace and light. Peace and light. I see you. I see you, Queen. I see you, Winter. I see you, Lakeisha. I see you, Lasagna. I see you, Helena. Peace to the queens. I see y'all. I see y'all. How we feeling this morning? Here's some love. Give me some love. Yeah. We getting into it this morning, y'all. This morning, we are talking about how to master your lane before jumping on the highway. Yeah. We all trying to master this thing called life. You know what I'm saying? Some are on the entrance ramps. Some ain't even made it off the road. Some already on the highway. Some on the exit ramps. Some already got out the car. And they not even playing this game no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How to master your lane before jumping on the highway. We're gonna get into it. It's Tipsy Tuesday. What I decided to do was break the week up. Obviously, you know, Mondays are for motivation. You know, it's to get the week started. Tuesday is for tips. You know what I'm saying? We give us some tips on life, some tips on love, some tips on alchemy. Got your water? Getting tipsy off this H2O this morning. Man, life is good. Life is easy. We make it hard. Y'all hear me say that all the time. We make it hard, man. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. You know, I only do 30 minutes. You know, I like to get in, get out, and get something. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So, we're talking about how to master your lane before jumping on the highway. You know what I'm saying? You see this right here? NASCAR. This is an amazing sport. A lot of people don't even recognize NASCAR as a sport because they don't even know the ins and outs of this sport. These individuals are in these cars for hours, racing around a track that gets over 150 degrees. It can get up to over 200 degrees in these vehicles, right? Just from, you know, wind and the heat from the track and all of these things. It gets very, very hot in these cars. If these individuals are not focused, I know we see, you know, a crash here and there. I know we see crashes from time to time. But if these individuals are not focused, then the distraction from the heat, the distraction from the fans, the distraction from the rest of the cars and all these other things were getting away. And you would have a catastrophic event. They would shut racing down. It would never happen again. Well, I feel like in life we're doing the same thing. A lot of us are racing. See, some of us ain't made it to the pole position yet. We ain't made it to the first of the line. And we damn sure not in the back of the line. So you're right there in the middle. Some in the front of the line, and they don't have nothing to look to. They got to lead the pack. And then there's those in the back that's bringing up the rear. You know what I'm saying? And each of those positions, whether it be the front, the middle, or the back, whether it be the left, you saw how they were divided up, right? How they have lanes. Look at this. Look at this. Let me show you. There's lanes. You know what I mean? Now, it might look like, you know, a big mess to you as they're going around the track, but they're being coached. They're being guided around this track. That's why you don't see, you know what I'm saying, side view mirrors and all of these other things on race cars, because they're being guided, right? What's guiding you along your lane? How are we living this life? We haven't even mastered our lane yet, and we trying to go and help somebody else master their lane. We trying to alter other people's lanes, and we ain't even mastered our lane yet. So this morning, simply because of some of the personal conversations I've been having over the last few days, you know, I wanted to bring this topic to the table. You know what I'm saying? Mastering your lane before jumping on the highway. When you jump on that highway, those cars ain't doing 35. They doing this. They know they moving. They don't care what size car. They don't care what color your car. They don't care the make and model. They don't care any of those things. They're getting to where they're going. See? You're trying to get to the highway so that you can get to where you're going, but you ain't even made it on the highway yet, and we trying to take people off the highway and help them master what they got going on. And that's hustling backwards, in my opinion. So let's talk about it. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is catching yourself when you start the blame game. Oh man, the blame game. Y'all know the blame game. The blame game is when you're being you're always the victim. You know that person, right? Everybody else is to blame. They're always the victim. You understand? This is a big clue that you're acting the victim. When you blame other people for your experience, you're giving away your power and making your experience dependent on other people. This happens a lot in relationships. This happens a lot. Because of you, I lost who I am. You understand? This happens. You cannot blame other people for where you are in life. It doesn't matter how you got there. It doesn't matter if you got coerced into jumping in the car and they went and they did that thing and y'all got busted and now you got a record. That's not their fault. They ain't got nothing to do with that. There's always that window of opportunity for you to bail out. You know what I'm saying? These are your choices. These are the things that are positioning your life. Okay? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. And it goes right, that's a great segue, Seven. It travels right into take responsibility. Okay, so you're getting good at catching yourself when you're blaming other people for your mess. Now here's the next step. Take responsibility. See, if I can understand that it's not anyone else's fault, then whose fault is it? Now that we've realized it's me, just because you realize it's you doesn't necessarily mean that you're taking responsibility. You understand? You're right. I did that. You know what? I apologize. It'll never happen again. You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, you know, I remember I was living at a place called Mezzo. It was Jazzy Faye was living there. I think the Hot Boys from 107.9. I'm setting the scene for you so you can understand what this felt like for me. You understand? I think Jeff, one of the producers from Outkast, from Stankonia. It was a lot of celebs in the building. You understand? And we threw this huge 4th of July party, right? Well, we cleaned up our mess. But after us, another party took place and they completely trashed. I'm talking, it was a horrible mess, right? Now, before they looked at the videos, you understand? Before they looked at the videos, they accused me and my party for this mess. But not only did they accuse us of this mess, they had a resident meeting, bringing everyone down out of their units into the foyer to talk about this huge catastrophe that had taken place. Be it that I knew that we didn't make the mess, my party had cleaned up, we were on video cleaning up. However, because I threw a large enough party for people to have eyes on me to think that it was us, I took it upon myself to apologize, not necessarily for the mess, but for being entangled in such business that brought everyone else downstairs. Once the meeting was over, people started coming up to me. Seven, thank you so much for taking responsibility. Thank you so much. I saw you cleaning up, but thank you so much for... I didn't realize how powerful taking responsibility actually is. You understand? Okay. What's the next one? Catch yourself when you're resisting life. And speaking of life, if you hear a little cute voice in the background, that is the princess, and that is life being experienced right now. Catch yourself when you're resisting life. Resistance to the way that things are is another victim behavior that seriously hampers your ability to play master at life. Anytime you catch yourself thinking or saying things like, I wish this wasn't happening, or if I only had done this, or if I only this, or if that, or I wish this, or I don't want to, or I can't. You understand? These are resisting experiences. These are resisting energies because it didn't happen. So what is the point saying, I wish it didn't? You know what I mean? Like, or it did happen. So what's the point in saying, I wish it didn't happen? All of that energy is keeping you from off the highway. You understand? All of that energy is keeping you off the highway. Cultivate acceptance, asking, okay, now what? Right? You've gotten over resisting life. Then Now you can take it the next step further and ask, okay, this is happening, now what? See, a lot of times this is happening, we don't say now what? We go, this is happening, and then we go to the third one that we just talked about. I wish it wasn't happening. Okay, this is happening. I wish I didn't take the 305. I wish I never, right? But now that this is happening, okay, now what? You got to keep it moving. You got to make it to the highway. So now that this is happening, people, now that this is going down, you have to master where you are. Okay, now that you done lost your job, what you going to do? You going to sit on the couch and pout about it, or you going to get your ass up and go get another job? Or are you going to create another business? Or are you going to create a business? Or are you going to, ask your wife to go to work? There's something to be done in that moment. There's an okay, now what? We get stuck in that okay. We get stuck, okay, man, okay. But we got to keep it moving, because time doesn't exist, right? We live in present, past, and future all at the same time. However, we don't know how much time we have. So we can't stay in that analysis paralysis. We can't stay stuck in not knowing what to do. We have to keep it moving. You got to make a decision. You understand? Realize that difficult times are there to test you. Difficult circumstances are designed to test you. It's either designed to move you backward or move you forward. I mean, how do we know that, Seven? Because what happens when circumstances arise? What happens? You understand? Mind shift is required. Life is not about cruising through an easy street or banking cash or playing to your heart's content. Difficult stuff will happen. Illnesses, accidents, death, losses, betrayal. These things happen. Hold on. Hey, sweetie, close the door, baby. Close your door. I can hear you, okay? That door. Close that door so I don't hear you. I'm doing my video. Okay? Thank you, boo. When the going gets tough, you got to resolve it to make it through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just stay stuck. You know what I'm saying? And going within is great. Going within is great, but you should be going within to find answers, to create solutions, to move mountains for yourself. You understand? You know, when I don't even want to bring that up. Okay, you understand what I'm saying. Y'all understand, y'all intelligent beings. Y'all intelligent beings. Establishing practices to keep you connected. Connection is so important. I put a post out the other day talking about how, I realized that I've been on this dimension, in this fifth dimension for so long that I felt like I lost a certain connection, or I lost a certain thing. You know what I mean? And that's really what I was saying. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people like, well, don't come back to the planet, or, don't worry about this, or don't worry about that. But there is truth to that. You know what I mean? You can be so elevated. You can be so here that no one is connected, that you're not connecting with anybody. You could be so, you ever heard that term? You could be so heavenly that you're no earthly good. Right? You could be so here that you're missing everything else. And that can keep you off the highway. That can keep you from mastering life, because think about it. If we're all connected, or I don't like to use the word all, but if we're connected, right? And if you need people to make it to certain steps, or to keep from going back to other steps, and you lose connection of man, right? It's great to be esoteric. It's great to be, so elevated in consciousness. But if you lose connection to those things that kept you moving, you know what I'm saying? Like you can see people, they'll start reaching a certain level of intellect and they'll become strange. You know what I mean? They become detached. They become so tunnel vision, so within themselves that they kind of go off a beaten path and certain things start happening that just, whatever, right? Everybody's path is their own. I'm just saying how to master life or how to master your lane until you get to the highway or to get to the highway. You got to stay connected, right? In business, in family, in community, this connection holds true in so many different aspects of life. I can't really name one that doesn't require a connection of some sort. Even if you want to talk about it from a spiritual perspective, you know what I mean? Like you can get so caught up in life that you lose connection of yourself. You lose that harmony within self. You lose that, you know what I'm saying? You can be in a relationship and lose connection with self. You can, these things happen. You can have children and lose connection of self. So these are some of the things that I believe, help us to master the lanes that we're in to get to that highway. You know what I'm saying? Learn to pay attention to what you need. Ooh. This is an important one. I mean, they're all equally important. I don't, hierarchy is true, but, in certain things, information is information. Learn to pay attention to what you need. Most people are not excelling in life because they don't even know what they need. They have no idea what it takes or what's required to sustain themselves. From a holistic perspective, from a mindset, from a nutrition, from relationship, they don't even know. Well, what are you looking for in a relationship? I don't know. You don't even know what you need. You don't even know. So how do you rally for something? How do you beckon for things? How do you go after things and not know what you need? You need to sit down, or I suggest sitting down and writing out some of the things that you like. You know what I'm saying? Asking yourself, what is the life that I would like to live? Not necessarily what I don't want. What is it that I do want? What is it that I feel like I need? Do I want to clean a house? No, I need a maid service. I need a maid service. Other people might not need a maid service. I need a maid service. I need a chef. I need a chef twice a week. You understand? I work hard. See? Because if you don't know what you need, then you don't know how, you don't even know where you're going when you get on the highway. Now you're just stuck on 285, just going in a circle. Anybody been in Atlanta, the first time you hopped on 285, I'm sure it happened to you too, because it happened to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? You get on 285 and you just go in that circle. You don't even know where you're going. You know what I mean? Learn to overrule, not overwhelm. I'm sorry. That was a spelling error. Learn to overrule your mind. All of these things prior, your circumstances, your relationships, your energy, all of these things are still controlled by your mind. You're still controlling these, you're still controlling your environment. Right? Life is about 10% of what happens to us, 90% of how we respond to it. So you have to overrule it. Rule it out. Okay, you know what? Everything that I'm seeing right now is saying that I'm not going to be successful. But if I overrule it in my mind, if I just cancel that out and I pour more energy into that thing that I need, then I'm truly able to have the outcome desired. It's possible. It's way more possible than just allowing myself to believe everything that I'm seeing. Even when it's in your own life. You're in a relationship, it's not working out, or it's acting real crazy. Speak to it, overrule it in your mind. You know what? No, I'm not really for this. I'm not having this. This is not what I'm looking for. This is not what's going on. And then they decide, okay, I'm sorry. You know what? You know, you're right. It was me. I apologize. I'll do better. But if you just accept it, you'll never get on that highway. That that police officer be right there at the edge of the exit. Like, I'm sorry, you can't come. There's a blockade right here. It's right here in your mind. It's right there. Let me see what else I got. Huh? Let me know if y'all feeling this, man. Hit them love buttons. This is my last one. This is... Okay, so I can say that. It's important. This is the most important one. I will say that this is the most important one. Loving yourself is the most important one. Loving yourself is the most important one. Because without loving yourself, none of the other stuff even matters. If you don't have a love for self, then it doesn't even matter to even get on the highway. If you don't love this vehicle, if you don't love your vehicle, you're not going to take care of it. Once you get on the highway, the tires are blowing out, the engine is blown, you know what I'm saying? The doors are falling off, the windshield wipers don't work, it's going to rain, they don't even... If you don't have love for self, this is what happens. You're not equipped to get on the highway. You don't believe in maintenance in your vehicle. If these guys didn't believe in maintenance, if they didn't stop, if they didn't take that pit stop, if they didn't get those tires rotated, if they didn't get that oil changed, see, it's taking you an hour at Walmart, you know what I'm saying, to get your oil changed. It's taking them 8 seconds. It's taking them 5 seconds. It's taking them 3 seconds to get an oil change, a tire rotation, to get their windows clean. So it's not about how long it takes you. It's not about that. It's about the value. Loving yourself. See, I might be able to go through something and get through it like that, but that's me. If it takes you a week to get over it, just go ahead and get over it. Don't worry about how long it takes you. Just focus on getting back to the love of self. Because the love of self is what sustains us. The love of self is what keeps us pushing through tomorrow. Without that love of self, tomorrow doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what happens tomorrow because you don't even have a love of self. I love y'all. I want to give a shout out to my sister. I love y'all, man. Peace, love, and light to man, woman, and child. I wear these malas. You know what I'm saying? I wear these malas. Shout out to the twin. She's referenced as the Mala Goddess. You know what I mean? SimoneHughes.com. Go check her out. She's amazing. Authentic stones. You know, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? I want you to go and check out Seventh Wonder. Check out seventhwonder.com. Seventhwonder.com is where you can go and get all your branding needs. You know what I'm saying? Check me out. I know I'm going through this. I'm trying to get off, man. I try to only stay on for 30 minutes. I value you all's time so much. You know what I'm saying? SevenTheAlchemist.com. SevenTheAlchemist.com. That's where you find me. That's where you find me at, y'all. Find me. SevenTheAlchemist.com. There you can find videos. You can find rituals. You can find resources. You know what I mean? Go ahead and sign up for the Alchemy Academics course. It's starting in August. Sign up for the King's class. It's starting in September. Get involved. Hit that love button. Share this video. I do this every day, y'all. From Monday through Friday. Magic Up TV. Magic Up TV. Magic Up TV. Peace, love, and light. Peace to man, woman, and child, and all things that walk the earth. I love you all so much. Go out there, influence the world, empower yourselves. Peace and light, y'all.